Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in the midst of our war. We're trying to take Uruguay from Germany, and we are also supporting Haiti in a civil war with the state of Santo Domingo, a Cuban uprising. Interesting. So that's kind of what we're about at this time. We just increased the number of munitions plants, and that should be increasing the munitions supply significantly. It's at least increasing it by a little bit. Let's go and automate our military buildings. If we haven't already, looks like we haven't. Let's quickly do that. And see if that makes them more profitable. Makes the supply of weapons better. It certainly has for munitions, at least. Let me see, where are we in tech? We're in a good place tech-wise. In military, we're working on wargaming. We've already got automatic machine gun. Please tell me I enabled automatic machine guns. Okay, I did. Ooh, I could get motorized recon. Oh, that would be fun. But I still don't... My car supply is not that high. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Motorized recon... Oh, that'll cost me a bunch of organization. It'll be fine. Hehehe. Germany are cowards. Hey! 95% literacy. As a nation starting with... I don't think we started with less than 25% literacy, so I'm not sure why that... I'm not sure if that was right, but... hey, you know, I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to complain here. So... War's ongoing. Hey. Germany. How would you like to give me all the stuff I want? So far they would... No, they're still... I need to get them to below 0, but that shouldn't be much longer now. They need to get... They're losing 1.4 per week. But again, this is costing them more money than it's costing me in terms of economy share. So there are a bunch of other diplomatic plays going on, so let's take a quick look at them. Oh my gosh, are you cold cereal right now? Alright, well, we'll see how that comes out. French Republic in Tahiti, this is of no interest to me. Bourdieu, Radical Bourdieu, not important to me. UK's colonial wars, not important to me. Sierra Leone, Portugal, Fouta Jalon, Messina, and Sierra Leone are all waging wars against British Republic with the support of Belgium, Portugal, and a variety of other powers. That feels like the sort of thing I should get involved in, but I want to wage my own war so that I can steal multiple... Well, no, it's only the West Indies. No, I also want to steal Mosquitia. Never mind. We'll be good to go with that. Hey, there's wargaming. Beautiful. So I'll declare neutrality on this. Champasaka's got a radical revolt that's outside my wheelhouse. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Nebraska, saying that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and callous hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to use more advanced tools that will make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. You know, we should follow their advice. By the way, we're realigning foreign policy a little bit. Ecuador, I'm going to stop knowledge sharing. Venezuela, I'm going to do the same. Guatemala, I'm going to do the same. And let's take a look at our subject states. Wow, GDP is unbelievably low in Central America. Only El Salvador has really managed to stay ahead on things. Although Costa Rica has developed an excellent standard of living. They're doing a state atheism, which I'm not sure I'm super duper comfortable with. So we'll see. So if I do that now, in Argentina, I was never knowledge sharing with Argentina. What does that put my tech spread at? A tiny bit. I'm still at minus 90%. So who else am I knowledge sharing with? Oh, I certainly don't need to be knowledge sharing with Canada. Colombia, Cuba, El Salvador, Haiti, Indian Territory, Jamaica, Maya, and Mexico. Canada, you're far enough ahead technologically that I don't necessarily need that. Am I knowledge sharing with Liberia? I'm not. Liberia, you're rebellious? What are you so rebellious about? Weird. You don't depend on me very much economically. I should build stuff in there. Anyway, it is what it is. Alright. Cuba is dealt with. Very good. A Mosquito Socialist revolt. What an interesting situation. Gotta not worry about your horror right now. So this situation... So interestingly, because I've got all this territory occupied, I don't think the Uruguayan Socialist Revolt actually has a front with Uruguay. So I'm not sure how that's going to come out. I think once Uruguay is my protectorate, Germany will still be in this war, so I don't think it'll be that much of an issue over here. But we'll see. I'll be very sad if I need to protectorate Uruguay again. We are below 15 infamy right now, so now is a good time to expel Peruvian diplomats. Alright, so now I have some options. So, I can liberate Santa Cruz, Cajamarca, Ica, Arequipa. So what territory is this? Are you going to tell me? Ooh, Bretons are immigrating from French Republic. So Santa Cruz, that's there. Cajamarca, Lima, Ica, and Arequipa. Arequipa is here. But also Santa Cruz, but not La Paz. So that's curious. What about Peru? Similar. Okay, but can you... And then there's Amazon. But I don't have any way of figuring out... They might accept a 20% chance, but again, I don't... Santa Cruz is the capital, right? Santa Cruz is not the capital. The capital is La Paz. So that would leave them holding La Paz, Potosi, these states down here. That is really curious. I'm not sure. On the other hand, if I just broke off and stole these states, how much would it be? 5.8, 6.1, 5.8. And 5.8. So that's about 25 if I go the entire way there. And I think that might be my best plan. Communist revolt in Nicaragua. I need to deal with that as well. We'll go ahead and send the Army of Observation. Same as we've been doing. And I'm going to see how this turns out. Alright, so they're below 0 and they'll accept this. So we'll propose. Alright, and now Uruguay should be... we'll go ahead and reduce subject payments. We will improve relations. And hopefully they'll win this little war here. We'll take on their debt. Alright, and it looks like the government is defeating the communists, so that's just fine. If I absolve obligation, I could get a lot of relations really fast. Oh, but they're doing just fine. Alright, so that means we just need to finish out this little war. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright. So, in order to fix up our economy, I'm going to demobilize the Army of the Pacific Coast and the Army of the Great Plains. Because these... Like, we can't keep all of these huge armies mobilized while we're in the midst of these cascading wars. I can't have a series of cascading wars right now while I'm mass mobilized to deal with a war with Germany that never really happened. Alright, so... Army of Observation is bashing away. Organization's pretty... Christ. Organization is fine. We don't need to worry about organization. Oh my gosh, another one. Why so many wars? How's your organization? The organization of my other armies is fine. So, Army of New England. Interesting. You're going here to Honduras. Army of Observation. You're demobilized. This is going to help our finances within good time. Alright, so how's tech spread now? It's still pretty rough, but I can mass build universities to deal with that. Get that sweet, sweet unspent innovation stuff. With that having been said, I don't have that much tech spreading to me, so that's not that profitable right now. Oh, money situation's looking better. Money situation's looking better. I'm going to try paying an interest under 9K. Virtually nothing. So, I think Indian territory I no longer need to be spreading tech in. You should have a reasonable number of universities right now. You're working on your first university. All right, that's good. That's so good. Just go ahead and stop knowledge sharing there. Alright, so... Now, you might be asking, why am I doing this? Alright, let's grab the Dixie Army and invade here. Using, it doesn't really matter which fleet. Now you might be asking, probably should have used the other one, but that's okay. Now you might be asking, why am I ending knowledge sharing with a bunch of my subjects? And the answer to that question is... because passive tech is good, but also because we're going to be reorganizing some of these states to make them stronger. Guatemala, we're going to be annexing and moving into Maya. Guatemala is 95% Maya. There should not be a state in our block that is in a situation where 95% of the people are discriminated, which they are, because this is Central American primary culture government, and even under total separation, cultural exclusion, it's not as good as it could be. Alright, so that means this war should be back very soon, and that finally means the demobilization of our armies. So, with that having been done, this Mosquito Socialist Revolt seems very close to being destroyed. I think we might go there next. Oh, nope. Because they've got a suzerain. Who is... Oh, no, it's this side that's... Huh. No, they don't have total occupation laws yet. Alright, well, that's not a problem. A little bit short on government bureaucracy. Let's build up a little capacity in Wisconsin. We'll build up to 10 levels. That should be fine. Finances are looking rock solid. Credit is significant, but not huge. Is there anyone else we need to reduce subject payments for? Maya, Indian Territory, Louisiana. Colombia, we need to reduce subject payments. Venezuela as well. And Ecuador. Alright, that should be right. Now, the war is over. What does our situation require? Still need more motor industries. There's no way around that. We need more motor industries and we need them bad. Let's focus on Wisconsin. Wisconsin's got solid iron resources. Steel mills are downsizing, which should not be happening. So let's get motor industry maxing. This is going to require a modest increase in the size of the power infrastructure as well. So we'll also do that. Can't build all of this at once, so we'll build the power first. And then we'll get all that other stuff done after. Let me see. Where else? Michigan's got a huge motor industry, obviously. Let's build some in Tennessee as well. Let me see. Power infrastructure is solid in Tennessee. Let's just build 1 or 2 more levels, and then we can max out the motor industries, and that'll be just fine. We're going to need a bit more, and by a bit more, I mean any, railways in order to get that done, so we'll do that. Legislation imposed on Ecuador refused. They refused our demand to annex slavery ban. Well, unfortunately, Ecuador, I'm going to use that as a pretext for annexing you. And that's just going to be how it is. So Ecuador and Venezuela and Guatemala are all on the to annex list right now. Obviously, that's going to take some infamy, but not that much. But I think right now we're hurtling towards going after Peru-Bolivia. Our big goal is to keep Mexico reducing in liberty desire so that I can get them properly annexed. Sorry, so that I can get them reduced in autonomy so that I can fix their government. Not going to annex Mexico. I would never. This is a free society, but I need to fix land-based taxation. That's absolutely borking Mexico's economy real bad. Ooh, Egypt has got a different flag. Egypt, what you doing with that flag? That's a cool flag. What's that flag for? Flag is for universal suffrage monarchy. You're doing a state atheism or something? No. Curious. Curious. Very curious. Oh, you're in the British Empire. Well, that'll be what it is. Radical revolt happening over there. Anyway, none of my business. So we'll stay neutral on that. Britain's got a colonial war against the Tswana people. We'll ignore that. Greek mass immigration. That's cool. British Congo is having a war against a colonial war against the Fang people. We'll ignore that. On the other hand, I really want to get this war against Peru-Bolivia going, because I would love to take these states. I guess Santa Cruz is also predominantly Native American, but on the other hand, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm splitting a country in half. Hold on. All of Peru-Bolivia is majority Native American. Well, not Potosi. Not Potosi, Tarapacá. Tarapacá is. Not Antofagasta and not Jujuy. But La Paz is, because the South Andean population is significant, but... Oh, man. So this is going to be curious. Ooh, big diplomatic play happening over here. But hold on. Let's keep our eye on the prize here. So, theoretically, if I wanted to create a Quechua state, that would be La Paz, Santa Cruz, and it would contain La Paz, and then Accra, and this area is totally Amazonian. I should just give that to Brazil. Because Amazonas is part of... Well, Amazonas is a whole situation. So you don't want to be just sort of completely off in left field, goofing around with things. I don't know. I don't want to steal the capital, and I don't want to create a discontinuous country. So I think, unfortunately, I'm gonna stick to my current plan of just seizing a bunch of territories there on the coast. Oh, City of Plenty. The most prominent members of South Carolina high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Marble walls, shimmering stone. The noise of people coming and going brings the city back to life, and we didn't even know it was dead. Tall buildings cover the sunset, kids play with bricks, smoke blends with the clouds, and a distant bell announces the next train. Progress is coming. So, once again, we've seen this event before. I can let them celebrate for 10% additional loyalism among the upper and middle strata, or I can say the party will never end for 25% instead, but that will increase the minimum expected for the upper stratum. So let's take a look at how things are over there. Upper stratum is affluent, minimum expected is secure, so 39 versus 23. I can easily accept an increase by 3, so we'll go with the second option. Alright, so let's take a quick look at this. So this is... Dai Nam is waging a war against Great Britain for independence. Portugal has joined in, as has Yogyakarta. They have the support of Spain, the Netherlands, Portugal, Siam, Yogyakarta, and Champasak. Britain has the support of the Ottoman Empire and a bunch of other people. Which are smaller countries. Great Britain must be infamous right now. Yeah, that's probably why this is going on. Alright. So how much would it take... I kind of want to slice off this territory right now. I know that's not ideal, but all of my subject states are going down in liberty desire, and it wouldn't change too much if I just stole a bunch of territory. So, my temptation is to just do it and get it done. On the other hand, the liberate country would be no. But Peru... See, I don't know if Peru is... I should check the wiki. That's what I should do. I should check the wiki to see how things are. But that's terrible gameplay. Really the worst. Because all this territory is Peru here. So if Peru is... Well, you know what? We're doing it live. We're doing it live on screen, on stream. Here we go. For mobile countries, Victoria 3. Meanwhile, we've got another. So this one's just Ceylon. I don't need to deal with that. Yeah, I think this I'm gonna leave. Well, it's just, if the French get involved, the French will get involved, but I'm not going to. So this is Kolhapur. There's a socialist revolt in Kolhapur. Well, that's an internal Indian matter as far as I'm concerned. I don't need to be dealing with that one bit. No, Peru is South Andean. Alright, so let's look up the others. So Peru is South Andean. Tawantinsuyu is Quechua. Alright, we're doing it. They might accept 20%. I could have forced them into a diplomatic play, but I won't, because I've got a lot of infamy right now. And I want to keep that infamy low. Industrialists petition government. Representing his constituents in the Industrialists, Obadiah Schuyler has issued a formal petition to the American government to pass private schools. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? Goodness, you look as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They are not taking no for an answer. We'll see what we can do. I will happily pass private schools, because that's what mega capitalism is about. Alright, what kind of army does Peru-Bolivia have? 19 battalions, that's not that big of a deal. We will send the Army of New England. That's all we need. We'll send John Pershing to deal with it. Let's go ahead and add a war goal to make them a protectorate. I have a return state CB on Peru, Bolivia, and Pastaza for Ecuador. Alright. You know, that seems reasonable. We'll go ahead and throw that into the primary. It's virtually no infamy. And then we'll add a war goal to make them a protectorate. It's 28.2. It's quite a bit of infamy. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll wait on that. And do it in the next round. I actually think that's the right call. I can sway Brazil in there by letting them steal some territory, probably Accra. Hey, and there's elevators. Wonderful. So this actually unlocks something that I do want desperately. Oh, I've actually got better training methods available. And that's arcades for urban centers. That will make these much more profitable and increase the demand for glass, which will be very, very good. Alright, so, diplomatic maneuvers phase is good. What do you guys want? You want a war goal? You want a return state? Yeah, you want Accra. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. That actually creates two fronts, so we'll go ahead and send the Army of the Great Plains to Brazil. So that we got an army on... Oh no, that's only one front. Well, it is what it is. I guess I didn't need to mobilize all those units, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. There is an anarchist revolt in Ile-de-France. And also Picardy. That's quite curious. This will give me a trade agreement, but I don't really desire that, so that's fine. Madras, not my business. This seems like an internal Greek matter. We can safely ignore that with no problems. Proletarian revolt in Lanfan, not my business. Alright, and we got our other army arriving. Force comparison is looking rock solid. So, Peru-Bolivia... Heck it. I'm not going to add it to primary. If they back down, I'll just lose this infamy and it'll be just fine. And if they don't back down, I'll steal the country. So that'll be nice. Let's make sure that that hasn't totally barked my relations with my subjects. Looks like not. Cool. Brazil's looking good. Argentina's looking good. Chile is looking good. Academic assistance. The teachers of our higher institutions of learning have offered to advise the government on the implementation of the new private schools. There are certainly differences between teaching children the fundamentals and the more advanced education offered at our universities. Nevertheless, as architects of the upper floors of this towering structure of knowledge, we believe the least we can do is provide some insight into how the foundation should be built. We'll be happy to have their help. Reduced university throughput, extra success chance. The research work is more important, just extra success chance, but not as much. Or they could be of help in finalizing the bill one entire step. I'm going to go with the third one. Yeah, give me an entire step. That'll make this much faster. Let me see. We are actually closing in on the end of the episode right now. Let's kick the war off. We'll go a little longer. We'll go just a little bit longer. I'm thirsty today. Delicious water. 2 arms. Alright, so I expect this war to go pretty fast. I got 3 months budgeted. Let's get this sorted. We'll target the capital as the strategic objective. We'll split Peru-Bolivia in half. We'll really split the new state in half, but that's okay. It would have been a lot less infamy if I'd waited, but I didn't want to wait because we're getting on towards the end of the campaign and I want to have some time to do all the things I want to do. So how much is it going to be for me to just conquer? So it's 5.3 for Mesquitia. 5.3 for the West Indies. And then it'll be like 2 more infamy to add them to primary. So basically I need to be below, I need to be at like 36 or below in order to not go above 50, which I don't want to do. Now, Denmark is a puppet of the Netherlands, but I think I'm going to be able to steal that territory with a real minimum of interference from Europe. So I'm feeling reasonably confident about that. Alright, so we're at the middle of the situation, and they haven't given up yet. They want a regime change in Louisiana. That's very funny, Peru-Bolivia. You're such a silly Billy. Trying to change the regime in Louisiana. What's going on with you? Oil in Veracruz, very nice. Getting our occupation going. Standstill. Debates have raged on the private schools matter for several days. August Prince's supporters and the petite bourgeoisie have distance among them, but each of them has their own views regarding this law. A new day of debate on the same issue, and each representative could only muster a laggard shuffle back to their seats. The air was ripe with torpid vapors. This matter has to be put to rest tonight, or it will strangle the government even further. Rush the armed forces about a concession. Weaker armed forces. Extra interest group approval. Extra enacting chance. See if the petite bourgeoisie will compromise. Same thing for the petite bourgeoisie. We'll let them score points on one another. 50% chance of either is weakened by a bunch, but reduced enacting chance. I'm going to see if the petite bourgeoisie will compromise. That'll weaken them, and that's good for me. That's good for the country. How's the market doing? Alright. Price of cars and motors has gone down significantly. That should be helping the country as a whole. We've got a battle happening in La Paz, which is our primary target and the capital of the other side. We got 70% occupation there, so that should be ending the war reasonably soon if we can get a hold of it, which we just have. New neighbors, new grudges. A minority group of Scottish has recently settled in the state of Illinois, seeking a better future. However, the local Yankee elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Scottish newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. I'm going to foster harmony once again, various chances of increasing or decreasing acceptance. We've got a hold of La Paz, so they no longer have war support protection, which means this war should finish out in about 5 days, and then I'll close out the episode, or about 5 weeks. Or thereabouts, and then I'll close out the episode. Actually, maybe more like 7 weeks. It depends. It depends on how long it takes them to accept all of this nonsense. We got to get them down to negative 65, but I also might get a hold of the entire country before that. And that would be super good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nah, there's too many states down there. I'm definitely gonna get it on falling war support, and they will accept. All right. So that creates Tawantinsuyu, which will soon, in 4 years, be our protectorate. But that's for a later episode. Please don't have this be the capital. Okay, it's not the capital. Alright. The capital is in Lima. Wonderful. That is exactly what we want. Alright, and we'll continue to work on that in later episodes. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.